my friend, and welcome to the YouTube channel, The Crooked Cauldron. Don't mind the big fire, it's just burning some sage and a candle. We practice fire safety over here. But yes, so welcome. We are here today to do a collective reading for the Aries season. We're going to, as always, talk about Aries as a sign of the zodiac. We're going to talk about the Aries energy for the season. We're going to talk about rituals and activities we can do during Aries season to really enjoy and embody that Aries energy for the season. As always, this is a tarot card reading and oracle card reading for the collective, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Not everything could resonate with you. You could walk away with a couple things for yourself this Aries season. You could walk away with the whole reading resonating with you. But you know, everything with a grain of salt. We're here to have a good time, do a little divination, work on ourselves a little bit, and have fun with the Aries season. So, with that, I believe that is my whole spiel. We're going to hop right into talking about Aries as a sign and the Aries energy. So, Aries season begins right around March 21st and goes until right around April 19th. It is a cardinal sign. That's a modality of it, which really means that Aries, along with the other cardinal signs, I can't think of all of them off the top of my head, I got to get better at that. So cardinal really just means they're very prone to acts of leadership, kind of taking charge of things. Sorry if you can hear my dog barking, hopefully you can't. The way I kind of remember it and have fun with it also is I think of cardinal signs as the House of Slytherin from Harry Potter, the Hogwarts house. Very ambitious, very driven, can kind of be seen as a little self-centered, but really we're very much a leadership type of sign. We'll go with that. The symbol for Aries is the ram. It rules the first house, which is the house of the self. Aries is the very first sign of the zodiac. It heads off the zodiac year. So we're in a bit of a new year now that we're in Aries season, the zodiac new year. So it rules the house of self. The ruling planet is Mars, planet of, you can really compare Mars to kind of a planet of war, confrontation, violence in some sense, but we'll get into it, but it's not all bad. The element of Aries is fire. Common stones for Aries are carnelian, jasper, bloodstone, diamond, and rubies. Colors: golds, oranges, whites, and reds. Magic: if you are a magic practitioner, there's types of magic you can practice during Aries season to really feel festive. Manifestation magic, fire magic, sex magic, if that's what you do. Empowerment magic, very masculine, divine masculine type of magic, so very projecting, right? Kind of go-getter type of magic, because Aries is a masculine sign. That's divine masculine. It really, masculine and feminine energies really just talk about whether they're a giving sign or a receiving sign, and masculine energy is very giving, so it just projects out, it pushes forward, right? The tarot card for Aries is the Emperor, which is the divine masculine tarot card out of the entire major arcana. The mantra for Aries season is I am, right? We're all about the self. An enlightened Aries, or enlightened Aries energy. So as I always say, Aries on a good day. Driven, direct, ambitious, passionate, confident, assertive, natural leader. Original, they tend to be visionaries. That energy is a visionary energy. Energetic, magnetic, and brave. Now the shadow aspects of Aries energy. So Aries energy on a bad day, right? Impatient, can be steamroller energy, selfish, aggressive, impulsive, insensitive, dominating, competitive, sorry, I couldn't read my own writing, over emotional, reckless, and inconsistent. So as I said, Aries is kind of can be a bit of an easier energy to really remember what it's all about, because it is all about that masculine energy. That's how I remember it, at least. So we're either talking about divine masculine energy or toxic masculine energy, right? So again, gender has nothing to do with it. It's just that giving energy, what energy is giving out, right? So is it toxic or is it divine? That's Aries for you. Okay, so moving right along, get my notes. Aries season rituals. So these are really good activities and rituals you can do for Aries season to really feel that energy and embody it and move with it through the season. So if you are a magic practitioner, if you do any sort of magic or spellcraft or anything like that, you can do stargazing, candle magic, and fire magic. You can practice with I am affirmations. You can start a mindful movement routine or move your body in some way. Learning something new. As I said, it's the first zodiac sign. It's that first spark. I forgot to mention this earlier, but I always try to compare the signs to certain versions of its ruling element. So Aries being a fire sign, it is that initial spark of fire, right? When you just first strike a match. So it's very good at beginning things. Not so good with the follow through, but that's a different story. So trying anything new or trying new ways to express self-love or self-care is great things to do during Aries season. Doing something adventurous. As I said, very adventurous sign, very adventurous energy, very get up and go energy. So embracing some sort of adventure is a really great way to celebrate Aries energy during this season. And engaging in healthy competition. I know I listed the competitive trait as a shadow trait, but I think we all know there are such things as healthy competition. So entering a little competition during Aries season is perfect. It's fine. I think using common sense, you know if you're being overly competitive or if you have a healthy dose of competitiveness. Me as a Leo sun, I have had to learn the same thing. So, all that being said, we are going to move right along to our tarot reading. Woo. So, I got my cards dealt out. I normally like to just shuffle them before I start recording. Makes it a little bit easier. So I'm going to move these first. Let's see. Alright. So, the first card is the Tower card reversed. So that's fun. I don't know if I'm going to have to censor. This is like the one card where there's like I don't know what I can say on YouTube, but there's a little bit exposed in that card, so I don't know if I'll have to censor it or not, but we'll see. Next we have the Initiate of Chalices, which is the Queen of Cups. Whoops, I'm going flying already. Next we have the Nine of Cups. The Elder of Swords. Can you see that? A little bit of a glare. There we go. Alright, this is the King of Swords in this deck. And finally, we have the Eight of Chalices. Okay. Wow. Whew. And we'll get to the Oracle cards right when I get through these tarot cards. We'll wrap up with the Oracles. Oh, and let's get the under energy. We have the Ace of Wands, which, this is a pretty Aries card too. Wands representing fire, Ace is the very beginning, so for the minor arcana, I would say Ace of Wands is actually very much an Aries card. I'll flip the Oracle card towards the end as well. Okay. So, well, people like to read the Tower reversed a few different ways. I like to just read them in the moment, go with my gut, my intuition, and kind of see what comes up. But this time around, I really think the Tower in reverse is telling us that the overall theme of Aries season, it's funny because I'm hearing getting unstuck, yet I'm still stuck on my words right now. So I think this could be a bit of a split thing, actually, with the Tower reverse coming up, because this is a collective reading. It's not all going to be hyper specific, right? So I think for some of us, we might get ourselves unstuck this Aries season. Some of us might not quite be ready to get unstuck, which both are fine, both are totally valid. But I'm really feeling a bit of a split here. And I think the rest of the cards will probably open us up to know where we are in that split, or like what we have to do, depending on what side of the split that we're on. Because with the Queen of Cups here, Queen of Chalices, or Initiate of Chalices, it's bringing us the Tower reversed is going to help us realize our emotions. The Queen of Cups is going to help us step up in emotional maturity, right? So, need a sip of water. Yeah, so the Queen of Cups wants us to grow this Aries season. But in order for us to do that, we have to realize our emotions. We have to realize how we feel, or find out how we feel. And that takes emotional honesty. That takes emotional maturity. We have to find out what's in our cup. To find out how full our cup is, we have to find out what's in it specifically. And if there's an area of your life or a specific situation in your life where you're feeling stuck right now, doing that inner work, that emotional work, will kind of help dig yourself out. That's what I keep hearing. I'm like, you need to start digging yourself out of possibly whatever hole we've gotten ourselves stuck in. And Aries season is a great time. Like I said, it's all about the self. So a lot of self-reflection. We have, out of the 5 tarot cards, we have 3 of them that are cups, and which is water energy. And yet Aries is the fire energy. It's the youngest fire energy. So it's that initial spark of that embodiment of fire energy. So it's interesting that now is going to be the time to reflect on our emotions, because what's going to happen is these new sprouting ideas, like I said, trying new things or exploring new ideas, that's going to bring us to the Nine of Cups, which is a manifestation it's the manifestation card. As you can see, let's see if I can get this clear on the screen. So as you can see, there's all these cups lined up here, and she has her choice. It's the pick of the litter. So we as the collective, we're really going to be able to see some new manifestations coming in during Aries season, or at least starting to come in during Aries seasons, and they'll probably unfold even more throughout the year, I'm hearing. So new ideas, new people, a lot of things might be coming full circle at the start of the Aries season. I think Aries season is kicking off for a lot of us in the collective. It's kicking off the beginning of things coming full circle, if that makes sense. But you have to reflect emotionally. You have to understand where you are in this reverse tower moment and look at yourself, look at your emotions, look at your cup. And when you do that, you're going to be opening up new doors. You're going to be opening up manifestations that you may have already, that you've been trying to manifest for a long time now. But you're going to have to start, we're going to need some mental fortitude this Aries season. If we're exploring our emotions, if we're exploring ourselves, we're going to need some mental fortitude. You're going to have to push through the examination of your emotions. We're going to have to push through understanding why we're stuck or how we're getting unstuck. What else? As I mentioned, a lot of the Aries energy, Aries is a very brave sign that carries a lot of bravery with them naturally. And I think our minds, I want to say our minds need to be brave. Hopefully that makes sense for someone, at least. Yeah, I think Aries energy can be so quick and so fast moving. I think the fact that we have no fire cards at all in this spread, so we have the Ace of Wands right here, which I think can't talk. The bottom of the deck card tends to be the theme for the actual spread itself, right? So I would really look at this as, we have the World, the note beneath that. I would really see the Ace of Wands coming up as the overall theme, because we probably want to start something new somewhere in our life right now. As the collective, new things want to come forth. However, in order to start this, the start of that journey begins with the examination of where you're stuck. Where you're stuck, why you're stuck, right? Typically we get ourselves stuck in situations or areas of life because of some emotions we are carrying, some sort of mindset we are carrying. And we gotta put on our brave face. King of Swords is telling us, put on our brave face and begin to look at our cup. Look at what's in our cup. What else do we have here? Right, so it's time to prioritize the self. Aries energy wants us to prioritize the self. In order to do that, that's where this Eight of Cups comes in. The Eight of Cups wants us to put down what no longer serves us. Examine this tower moment. Examine this reverse tower moment. And see what you can start to shed. What can you do away with? Because once you start looking at the cup, once you start to understand what you want, once you start to understand or see these manifestations kind of kick into motion here, that mental fortitude is going to come into play. and you need to let things go in order to continue to move forward. In order for this journey to keep going, this Ace of Wands journey to not only start but to keep going, you have to examine what you don't need to carry anymore. There's some sort of separation we as the collective are probably feeling right now. That separation is probably coming back to that Tower reverse moment. Where are you feeling disconnected? Where are you feeling dissatisfied, right? And it's time to put down what is no longer serving you, what is no longer yours to carry, and move forward. Let's see what else. What else do these cards want to tell us before we move on to the oracles? I'm just hearing that, you know, you've got this. This is a journey, but whatever area of your life that you're probably thinking of right now, just like, oh, it's my work, oh, it's my relationships, oh, it's my family, whatever. The universe understands that it sucks. But that doesn't mean that you can't do this. And that's where I think that's where the mental fortitude comes in. You have to reinforce boundaries. That might be for a specific few. Reinforcing boundaries this Aries season. Because you got to get clear. This King of Swords, the King of Swords in general is all about mental clarity and understanding mentally different perspectives. Kind of seeing all, I don't know, what's the word? It's hard to think of words when you're channeling, which is ironic. I mean, tarot card readings. Yeah, the King of Swords just needs us to step up and be brave and to face these emotions. And for those that are actually starting to feel unstuck, I think going with that flow, right? Cups energy, water energy, air energy even, right? The air flows, the wind blows and flows. I think you have to continue on this path if you want to see it through. You want to see this through. You want to, you have to, you got to. Because we do have progression in these numbers. 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups. I mean, this is the Queen of Cups, but then we have the King of Swords, so Queen, King. So progression wants to happen. We have the spark of something new in the Ace of Wands, but that it wants to keep going. So if you're starting to feel like you're getting unstuck, if those hard situations are starting to improve, keep pushing. Keep that mindset strong. Keep being brave. Keep examining yourself emotionally, like how you can continue to be unstuck, how you can continue to bring in these good manifestations. And you just might be feeling more in your own power. As a manifestation card, to me, 9 of Cups is all about empowerment. You're seeing your power, literally manifest itself, right? So you just want to keep going strong. You just want to keep moving. The 8 of Cups is about movement. It's about continuing, but it's also about what's holding you down. What are you carrying with you that is no longer yours to carry? And letting that go. Okay, let's move on to our 2 oracle cards. These are Magic the Gathering cards, which I really, really enjoy using as oracle cards. So let's see. First, we're doing advice from Mars, which is the ruling planet of Aries. So we have, if you can see that, Moss Fire Valley, And this little insert right here says, plant life in the valley changes for the worse as runoff from dwarven forges contaminates the water. Okay. So runoff is contaminating the water. That, I think, just reiterates the Eight of Cups, right? So plant life in the valley changes for the worse as runoff from dwarven forges contaminates the water. So the plant life, let's say that's, as we're going to use this as a metaphor, right? Plant life in the valley. So that's your life, that's our life, that is us as the collective. We change for the worse because runoff, what's runoff? It's the gunk that is discarded. It's trash. It's stuff that can't be used but is still there. It's still being carried. The runoff is contaminating our water, and therefore it's affecting our lives. It's contaminating us. It's contaminating our life. So what do you do with runoff? You clean it up, right? You remove it. And that's what Eight of Cups is telling us to. That's what the Queen of Cups is telling us to do. You can look at the Tower moment if you're stuck as the runoff. Hopefully this makes sense. I'm seeing how it all connects, but seeing something and communicating it can sometimes be a little bit difficult, especially during readings. So hopefully this is all making sense. And if it's not making sense, leave me a comment, and we can chat about it. Just be kind and courteous, and not a jerk face. That's my rule in the comments. Don't be a jerk face. It's not too hard to live by that rule. So we'll do this other card too, which this is just final messages, which we have a mountain. That's a glare. There we go. Mountain. And this little insert says, you venture deep into the heart of the mountain to determine what can calm its quaking rage. I mean, I feel like that is that's what we've been talking about, right? So you have to dig deep. You have to go into your emotions here. You have to be brave and venture deep into the heart of the mountain. You are the mountain. Your emotion are the mountains. The mountain is your heart, your emotions, your feelings. And you do all this to determine what can calm its quaking rage. So what's the quaking rage in the mountain? It's this Tower moment. It's where you're stuck. It's where you feel like your life isn't moving. You feel like it's hardship, right? So in order to fix it, in order to calm your quaking rage, you have to venture deep. You have to get into your emotions. It's really weird when a fire sign is bringing up all this water energy, right? But it's what the universe wants us to know right now, okay? As the collective, we got to get into our emotions this Aries season. Let's look at the underneath card too. Oh, fun. Okay, so we have, oh my gosh, glare. We have Underdark Basilisk, which is a creature in the game, and it says Death Touch. And there's a little quote on it which says, see how the statues all have chunks bitten out of them? We're dealing with a basilisk, or I'm a frog-he-myth. Just a quote from a character in the game. And I really see this as, let me do this a little bit easier. Yeah. We're dealing with a basilisk, or I'm a frog-he-myth. Basically, it just means you're able to identify what your emotions are here, right? Like, your emotions. Don't sweep it under the rug. You have to be honest with yourself. I think that's coming back to the King of Swords here. You got to be brave. You got to be honest. You get that mental clarity of what emotions are coming up. If it's a basilisk, if it looks like a basilisk, it's probably a basilisk, right? So don't overcomplicate it. Right? So see how the statues all have chunks bitten out of them? We're dealing with a basilisk, or I'm a frog-he-myth. Like, if bitten chunks of statue tell you it's a basilisk, then believe it's a basilisk and adjust, right? So be honest with yourself. Get in touch with your emotions. Explore the areas of your life you're feeling stuck. Explore the areas of your life you're not happy with. And tap into your emotions. And realize that you're powerful enough to do it. Realize you're brave enough to do it. Because you are. Okay. Honestly, I mean, I feel like that's all pretty self-explanatory. I think this is a really good stopping point now. That is the messages I have for us for this Aries season. Yeah, it's time to be brave, time to explore our emotions and use them to get ourselves out of these sticky situations that we're unhappy with. That's all there is to it, right? That's it. Easier said than done, but you know, it's Aries season, we're brave, we got this. So if this resonated with you, or even if it didn't resonate with you, you know, comment below, like, share, follow, subscribe, all the social media things, just insert here. As always, I'm growing my channel, so you know, any views and likes and subscriptions, all that really helps, and it's just adds to the fun of doing this every month. So with all that being said, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.